Hello everyone, welcome to video 12. We are going to discuss the Haftarah for the second day. I spoke last time about one of the central themes during the service as well as in our scriptural reading being the fragility of life. Listen to some of the words from our Haftarah. Kol berama nishma, a cry heard in Ramah, wailing, bitter weeping. Rachel weeping for her children. She refuses to be comforted for her children who are gone. Said God, restrain your voice from weeping, your eyes from shedding tears. There is hope for your future. Your children shall return to their country. These are words from the prophet Jeremiah. Jeremiah was the prophet during the time when the Jewish people were exiled from their land, and Jeremiah was very honest in telling them they will go into exile for a period of time, but that eventually they will return and they will enjoy the future redemption of their nation. So redemption is a major theme here, both in the Torah as well as in the Haftarah. The Torah reading about Isaac being individually redeemed, but Isaac also represented not only himself, he represented the future of Israel. So the Torah reading not only addresses the redemption of one young man, but in essence the redemption of the people, and the Haftarah does that even in greater detail, by assuring the people that after a time of exile, mourning, and weeping, they will return and celebrate in the land of Israel. I believe the Haftarah conveys yet another message about Israel's optimistic future. So much of our liturgy was written when no Jewish state existed. Rosh Hashanah was an occasion over the centuries, not simply for individual self-reflection, but also for binding together as a community to express hope in a future redemption of Israel, a return to the land. More immediate for the Haftarah, the context of the Haftarah suggested that the people in biblical times will spend a few decades in exile in Babylonia, and eventually they will return to their land and they will build up the land once again. But for us today, this idea of exile and redemption was much more pronounced over many, many centuries. People reading this Haftarah related to it as Jews living in exile and longing for a homeland, which took nearly 2,000 years to reestablish. And I think the contemporaneousness of this Haftarah lies in the message of hope. We can relate to the notion of Jews over the course of centuries taking an opportunity not only to do cheshbon nefesh, examine their souls, but also to express a hope, envisioning a future in which the land of Israel will once again be the Jewish homeland. Think about it. How many religious communities are exiled from their country and 2,000 years later return to rebuild and to reestablish? So to me, the Haftarah is not just about some religious ritual document, but I think it represents a pledge. It represents an expression of reassurance that we will return and live in our land. What's so remarkable about this 2,000-year vision and sustaining this vision is that most of us always seek immediate gratification. When we do not immediately receive what we want, we often abandon a cause, we become discouraged, we lapse into despair. But here we have a vision which was sustained over the course of 2,000 years. Imagine how remarkable this was. And I think that is the significance of the Haftarah, that we read about a dream that never faded. And all during the course of history, when Jews wandered from country to country and established a temporary home someplace throughout the world, there was always this vision of returning to one specific land. And chanting or reciting this Haftarah year after year over so many centuries was an opportunity to reinforce this idea which never faded. And in 1948, a Jewish state was reestablished. So I think this Haftarah articulates a special dream. And today, even with the state of Israel, we, I believe, are obligated to sustain that dream. Israel as a nation is certainly imperfect and faces many serious issues. Yet what Israel has accomplished over the course of 70 plus years in terms of building a land, in terms of agriculture, in terms of science, in terms of culture, to me is absolutely remarkable. So this Haftarah is not just about reassuring a community that they will never be forgotten by God and that they will return to their homeland. It is about a dream which never faded, a dream which we will continue to sustain, knowing that we have the benefit of a very special land which continues and will continue to flourish and enable us to be proud for many, many centuries to come, I hope. Once again, Shana Tova.